Hello and welcome to Soap Secrets. Now we're going to be talking all things Holby because of course Casualty is still off air, it's New Year's Day, but Holby is back and we're kind of on the home straight, aren't we, Claire? Because I say the home straight, it feels very sad saying that. The end really is in sight now.
It is, Hannah. It's such a sad thing to say because Holby will end sometime in March. They haven't released the date yet, but that's like 3 months away. So they've kept the exact date a top secret. So if we look back to the Christmas special, because we haven't seen Holby for a couple of weeks because we've had Christmas. So we had it just before Christmas. We saw Oliver go to New York to spend time with his son. We saw Ange propose to Josh. Then we saw Josh propose back to Ange. That was a double proposal. That was really, really lovely. And then I kept this away because I wanted the viewers, the fans, to find out, because this was really sad and made me cry. We saw Amelia lose her and Eli's much longed for baby.
It was so sad.
It was
so sad.
I was in floods because she was having her scan, and obviously Eli, as a doctor, would know immediately, and she suddenly went, "There's no noise." You didn't get the whoomp of the heartbeat.
Do you know what? It's funny, having had children, you just wait for that cry, particularly if you've had a bit of a time of it. You want to hear that shriek. And when I remember my first child was like was no noise at first. And it took quite a while. And it's just awful. So, awful.
Yes. So that was really, really sad. And then the very last scene, which I did say, make sure you watched, was Jack singing carols round the Christmas tree outside, but she had a nosebleed. We saw blood running down her nose, and that's really, really important going forwards into 2022. So here we are. This episode is going out on the 4th of Jan, and there's a big meeting with CSD to discuss pulling Holby out of recovery support, which is what everybody wants.
Just to clarify, Claire, when does this actually end? When do we know Holby's rounding to a halt?
Around about March time.
March, okay. Okay, so yeah, you're right. We're absolutely on the home straight now. So they're gearing up for this ending, aren't they?
Yes, they are. That's why you have Jack having her nosebleed, and there's this big meeting with CSD to discuss pulling Holby out of recovery support. Regina Marriott, Hanson and Jack's nemesis, is chairing the meeting. So Jack and Hanson don't have a good relationship with her, and that's really not what you want when you're trying to get your hospital out of recovery support. So everyone's on tenterhooks, and she's demanding a tour of the hospital. Jack has a headache. She has such a bad headache. She keeps taking lots of really serious painkillers. There's also a major groundbreaking operation going on. So this is what Holby like to do. We always see them doing these big operations. And when it becomes time to give the presentation, Hannah, Jack is nowhere to be found. So what's happened to Jack? Yes, she's been having lots and lots of headaches. She's had
that nosebleed, of course. Yes. She said that was really important.
Yeah, and so this presentation is life and death for the hospital. Will this woman say? Will Regina say, or Reg as they call her? Will they say yes? We're gonna pull you out of recovery support, or will she say no? So this is really important. So she can't be late.
And Nicky's back as well.
Yes, Nicky's back. This is such an odd storyline, Hannah, I have to say. I don't quite understand.
Where are they going with this?
I really don't understand it. So yeah, Nicky is back. That's great. And she had been on mat leave because she had her ex-boyfriend and serial killer. When isn't there a serial killer, Hannah? Cameron Dunn's baby. Of course she did. So she had a little girl called Juliet. Now, on her first day back, she is a doctor, and this I find quite frightening. She's a bit stressed, and she forgets to organise her mum to pick up little Juliet from the nursery.
How can you forget that?
I know. That's why I said I don't know where this is going. So she forgets. And the nursery call her up and say, you need to pick your daughter up. And the nursery in the hospital, it has sessions. So you book, morning session. Obviously for doctors, they're doing shifts. So obviously it mirrors that. So she said, and we're fully booked for the next session, so you can't leave little Juliet here.
No, well, funnily enough, no. I mean, I can't understand. You just gone back to work, you just had a baby. How on earth can you forget?
No, I know. And unaware of Amelia's heartbreak, she spots Amelia and she asks her to babysit. Will Amelia be able to cope?
Yeah, you see, this is where the storyline is, isn't it? You know, then she's looking after the baby. We've seen this in EastEnders. We've seen this all over, haven't we? Where they get a little bit too close and run away with the baby. I've got my crystal ball out this year. I'm looking into the future of 2022 till March. That is. But it's all happening in Holby. I actually feel sort of I kind of keep putting it to the back of my mind that it's kind of ending. But the fact that it really is imminent now is. It's hitting home, isn't it?
Yes.
March is not long away.
Yes, March is really close. And it's going to be interesting to see who perhaps pitches up in Casualty. I wondered if any of the characters would move over.
I like it when you dangle a little carrot of thought.
Well, they might do.
They might do.
They might do. Because, Casualty and Holby are at the same hospital. So obviously it can't burn down because that would end Casualty. So something's got to happen. And there are some great characters in Holby. I'm sure the BBC won't want to lose them.
Maybe they are going to amalgamate them slightly and combine them. Watch this space. Well, thank you, Claire. That is all our hospital news, I'm afraid, this week. But we will be back next week, and so will Casualty. Thanks for listening.